Hello, Marcus, the MRL class, and hello, Stuart Ryan. Stop it. Not how well we'll do here today. The weather's been terrible, but according to the forecast, it's going to be fine for us today. So we'll just have to see how we do. And here comes a good old Pendolino. So we'll see what the weather brings. I saw the track inspection vehicle today again. It had to go back due to yesterday with stuff being fried on it. Oh dear. Message from train drivers unions: if you stay there much longer, they will have to invite you to the staff dance and raffle. First surprise, a trip to Preston. No, Marcus, that was a class 390. Class 390. Pendolino. Built by a firm called Alstom. Second prize, 2 trips. Excellent. I've got some freight due in 20 minutes. I forgot what it is, but it's freight. I can't remember what it's going off the top of my head, but it's due at 2 o'clock. Hello, Sir Humpier. Oh, we can see again, yes, it's a bit lighter now, Sir Humpier. Definitely. A bit lighter, and we're pointing in a different direction. I think it will be a class 66, yeah, I do. It usually is this particular one. It's usually a DB cargo, usually a red class 66. A red shed. Yeah. A Cintrinian's cart where they pump it. Correct. I remember them off the film Cintrinians. That seems Cook. I mean Cook. You mean Cook? I think you mean cool. Hello, Johnny. How we doing? Yeah, I think it'll be a red DB cargo. Just packing. Third sale of the day. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. The business is booming, Johnny. Always wanted one of them hand pump trolleys. Imagine that if somebody comes along on one of them. I like them things they have in India for track inspector. It's just like in India, hello goth girl. In India they have like a track inspection thing, and it's just like a little cart with 4 wheels on and a lawnmower engine on it and 2 chairs. And chairs are like they've just been took out of a school, you know, on a piece of board, and they chug along on that. First train I saw in Britain was Britannia. Excellent. Added some more expensive items now. Some of my collection. Excellent. Hello Heather, how are we doing? Hello Heather, how's your weather? I mean, it's perking up a bit here. I'm hoping it's going to get better. I'm not 100% sure. Hello James Williams. Yeah, the weather is improved. It's done nothing but rain all morning up until about an hour and a half ago. And the forecast is for it to brighten up for the afternoon. Hello Bagwan Darmani, how are we doing? Not my 1720s though, no way. How's wee Jeff after his walk today? I bet he's asleep now, isn't he? They lied to you, yeah, probably did. Sun's out now. It's beautiful here after torrential downpour this morning. A few messages to do, then I'll be in the rest of the day. Excellent. Oh, he's standing looking at me as if to say, where are we going next? Yeah. Well, I hope that's what happens here. I hope it just perks up and stays nice here today. I hope. Rain and snow, mild wind. That's what the sprouts can do. That's what sprouts can do. Yeah. We Jeff waiting for the next tour with his little coat on. Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once. Is that a promise? I have a 13-hour shift. Oh well. I feel for you, Heather. I really do. Today I watched the famous Indian Pacific. Hello, said hi. Said hi, hello. No, I'm still waiting, Stuart. I've been at gym this morning and I'm absolutely, my legs feel like, I don't know, feel like they've been yanked in all directions. For it due in 10 minutes, yes. For sure, there is one due. According to the timetable, it's 14:02, but hello Diego, how are we doing? But it does have an habit of popping up early, this one. I just hope the weather's kind. And them clouds there do not look good, but they are blowing past. Still waiting, I'm afraid. Still waiting, I'm afraid. I know. Yeah. Yeah. It's due sometime, I'm just afraid I don't know when. It's not appeared on the diagram yet, so it's more than 3 miles away yet. The diagram I'm looking at shows 3 miles in each direction. Thereabouts. There's a northern train coming. Oh, there's also something on the down fast as well. I don't know what it is. It's about a mile away. So I'm presuming it's going to be a Pendolino. Still waiting. Chat keeps freezing on me. Why does it keep doing that? So that cheese wedding set, that Chinese wedding set, for triple what I paid, it's actually going to be a wedding gift. Excellent. My day's been okay, Marcus. Dentist update. Wouldn't stop bleeding, so we spent over 8 hours in casual. Gave up and went home at R3. Oh, hellfire, that's not good. Hello, Toffex. How we doing? Being in casualty all night. Oh no. Yes, another 390. Hello, Max Consons. How we doing? Yeah, that were going actually slow with that. It was slowing down for its station with that. They tend to be going faster when they're going away from camera, when they're accelerating, but that were actually slowing down for its station. Line speed on that line's 95. Our freight has just come onto the diagram, so I can tell you what it is now. Tap on its head code and find out what it is. It is. It's a class 66, 66788, and it's actually has a name. It's called Locomotion 15, and it's a GBRF, not a DB cargo, like I said. So I was wrong there. I thought it was going to be a DB cargo. It's not. It's a GBRF. No problem, Max. I try my best. I mean, I get some names that are really hard to pronounce in here, so, but I do try my best with them. Yep, it'll be here in a couple of minutes. It's I can see it on the diagram, and like I say, it's a GBRF 66. And normally that's a DB cargo. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Do the locomotion with me. I don't know words, but there you go. In 1 hour, they admitted one patient, and we still had others ahead of us, so we gave up. Oh dear. I would imagine round you where you are, Stuart, it's probably a busy hospital. Those trees are getting noisy. There's actually not much wind about, considering the weather forecast says wind. There isn't much about, and the sun's out now. I can actually see blue skies, amazingly. You gotta swing those hips now. You gotta swing those hips now. Fortunately, I know every single word. I used to play it non-stop back when I... Stepping Hill Hospital, right. Yeah, there's always records like that, isn't there, that stick in your head that people used to play. My mum were everlastingly playing. to be able to buy these LPs with multiple tracks on, and she used to stack them up on record play, because we used to have one of them record players. You could put like 10 LPs on top, and it used to play one, then like a pin fell and it used to drop another LP and went on to the next LP, and she used to play these, I forgot what they were called, they were LPs, but they were just full of different music, you know. Yeah, well, I think the one my mum had were a Murphy, but I know what you mean. And it used to play an LP, and then the arm would move out, the thing would move in the central pin and drop the next LP, and then it'd go back onto it, you know. And you could play 33s and 45s on it. And I think there were a fast one as well, up to like 78 you could play on it, but I never ever saw any 78s. And she used to play these, oh god, it was every Christmas she'd stack it up, and that rate Christmas Eve all you got were these LPs with all these different old pop music on it, like, I forgot what they were called, the LPs. Yeah, amazing really. Back then that technology used to just drop it and play another. You know, and every now and then you'd have to put a new stylus in the thing, you know, the bit that actually read the music. I'm not actually, if you had to alter stylus as well, I think it had like a little white arm on it, and you had to flick it round for some reason, but I can't remember what it was for. Yeah. Every Christmas Eve it was, my mum had a party and all neighbours used to come in either side, like 2 or 3 doors either side, and she'd stack this record player up and make a buffet, and that's it. We used to party the night away. One of the days, my God, we're there. Always used to make me laugh, because my daddy was like an engineer, and he was pretty good at engineering. He made a gadget, he did. And we used to laugh at it, because it were ridiculous. It were a massive, it were a thing that were just over the top for what it did. And back then, 50 years ago, 40, yeah, well, I'm talking like 45, 50 years ago now, you know, you had Christmas tree lights, they didn't flash and flicker and do all this stuff that they do nowadays. So he like got loads of sets of Christmas tree lights, and he built this thing. Do you remember them things? We used to call them hurdy-gurdies. They were like a barrel with pins on and needles, and they used to play music. You know, the barrel would go round and the needles would flick around and play music. We used to call them hurdy-gurdies. Well, he bought a big one of them. I got one from somewhere. And instead of it playing music, he attached electrical switches to every bit that flicked, if you know what I mean. And every electrical switch, he attached the Christmas tree lights, each set, to a different switch. So Christmas tree lights went on and off and changed. Yeah. Yeah, because we used to, every year we used to take the mickey out of them Christmas tree lights, because my mum would put Christmas tree up and take her about a couple of hours, whatever, and then it'd take me dad about 10 hours to get lights working. Me and my friend drove the 66. We had a tape we played over and over. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I remember the days of the tapes. I remember the first ever tape I got was the first Now double album. Remember, you know, that Now What I Call Music? The first one they brought out. That was my first tape, that double album. Now That's What I Call Music. It weren't Now That I Call Music 1 or 2, it was the first one. It was just called Now That's What I Call Music. And that was I think that was my first tape I ever bought. 66 is about 1 mile away. It's at it's just going through Exton Balshot. Oh, it's just passed through. It's coming up to Exton Junction. It's on the down fast, which is the third track from the camera. I think that was my first tape. Ever bought that. And I've only got one LP. I've got a double LP. The double LP I have is, God, who is it? ELO Out of the Blue double album. That's the only LP I have. And I've had that for, oh God, since I was a kid. Since it came out. I don't even think I bought it. I have a funny feeling my brother bought it. But I know I've got it. I've got it. That's the only album, only LP I've got, only vinyl I've got. That I've nothing to play it on. My first tape was the Muppet Show followed by Mr. Men. Yeah. And with the days, my God, were there. We had the same Christmas tree for the whole. Yeah, we were the same. Yeah. Yeah, we went through the same drama every year, and honestly, it was a drama. The lights, my mum did the tree, no problem. And it's funny, you know, I've still got the Crazy Chinaman. We used to have a, what is it? We used to call it the Chinese Father Christmas, because what happened? It's like a cuddly toy. And I remember it when I was a toddler, and I've still got it. It was a Father Christmas, but his eyes fell off. So I drew 2 little slits where his eyes were when I was a kid, and we called him the Chinese Father Christmas. And I've still got him. I used to pin him up in a corner, and when I lived at home with wife and kids, I used to pin him up every year in corner, Chinese Father Christmas. Unbelievable. Action Man. I used to have Action Men and all when I was a kid. Yeah, I remember them. Oh yeah, I used to have the Action Man tank. And here comes the freight train. With its containers on the back. My dad made a Christmas boots when he was a child, and I still have it to this day. So yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how you keep things. Yeah. Nice freight. Well, good night. Catch you later, Marcus, the MRL class. I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, it's funny how you keep things like that, isn't it? I was mad the other. Well, I was mad at the time. I'm not now. Catch you later, Marcus. We were on stream with Azy and everybody a couple of weeks back, and he was with that light showing his lights that used to be his dad's, and I used to have a silver cigarette case that were my dad's, and when I moved, I thought I'd lost it, and so I hadn't seen it for over a year. Anyway, I was looking for somebody. I was looking for something else other day, not yesterday, day before, and I found it. I actually found the silver cigarette case because my mum gave it him, and it's engraved on the inside. It is. It says from Eileen to Stuart, February the 28th, 1960 something. So I found it again, which is good. The next one won't be for a while now, I'm afraid. My earliest present was a steer. My earliest present was a steer and go from Toyonobi. It was a circular track. You drove a little car around it using a steering wheel with a magnet under the track. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I had that cigarette case because I used to keep receipts in it. Any important receipts, I mean, lots of receipts I've been, but if you bought something expensive, you know, like a 12-month warranty, I always used to keep receipts in it. And when I moved, I just thought, oh, God, I've lost it. I hunted high and low for it. And then the other day, I was looking for a dongle for my wireless headphones. Where's that bloody dongle gone? I knew I had it. Anyway, I was rooting for that, and I found the cigarette case. Steer and go. Yeah. Doll's house, big doll's house, yeah. Funny how you can remember them presents. Hello, Vikas Adube, how we doing? Yeah. I'm a big fan of railways, excellent. We've come to the right channel, Vikas. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to love Tonka toys. Do you remember them metal diggers and things? And oh, I used to get them every year. I loved them. I loved them. One of my presents I remember most is really weird. It's yes, because I'm in the United Kingdom. And it is live, yes. Yes, it is live, and we're in the UK, United Kingdom. Hello, Adam. How are we doing? My brother I used to love Tonka toys. Anything to do, and I had a thing about buses. I don't know why. When I was a toddler, I just loved buses. You know, buses and trains and Tonka toys. I remember my first train set my dad got me, and my mum got me, an Engage it were. Hornby Minitrix. I had the Tonka fire engine, I had a Tonka crane, loads of stuff, diggers, bulldozers, all sorts. I don't mind it. They were proper toys as well then, they were made out of metal, none of this plastic rubbish. But what presents I remember. My cousin had a toy bin, Laura took it everywhere. dump truck that was bigger than it. Yeah, it's quite pleasant now, the weather. It's just wind's getting up a bit, but that's about it. Yeah, I was in hospital when I was 5-year-old. I was in hospital. I was in for a good week, and I always remember my dad coming in and he brought me this your coach. It were a dinky coach in box and everything, you know. And I love that. I did that coach. It's just one of them things I can always remember that. You know, nowadays, that operation I had in hospital, you'd have been in and out in an afternoon. Now it was only an hernia, but back then you were in for like a week. And I was 5-year-old. I can always remember that. I can remember going in operating theatre and they had one of them things. And when they put the mask on you to put you to sleep, they had one of them I don't know if you can remember them, kids had them. They were like a television, but it was like a roll of picture. You wound it up and picture used to trot past on a roll. I don't know if you can remember them. It was like you can imagine a picture on 2 rolls, and you wound the telly up and the picture used to creep past, you know. And I remember that when I went operating theatre and they put mask on, they had one of them playing this like little television thing with cartoons on it going past, so I can always you know, I always remember that. Sticks in my mind. Well, that's been over 50 years ago now, that. Bloody hell. In your country, what is the max line speed? Well, it depends where you are in the country. Here, just at this point where I am now, the maximum speed's 110. But if you go down southeast, they have a line down southeast that's out of Stanford. Oh God, I can never say it. Stanford, not Stafford International. Stanford. I forgot what it's called, but it's something like Stanford International, and that's a 150 is that track. Somewhat quicker. Oh yeah. Hello, John and how are we doing? Yeah, Tonka. And Action Man. I remember Action Man. I had Action Man as well. I had an Action Man tank, and I'll never forget it. It used to be under my bed, this tank. And one day I come to play with it or whatever, and you could put your Action Man in top, you know, lift top off and put your Action Man in top. And I took top off it, and Cat had took a dump in it. Cat had a dump in my Tonka tank, in my Action Man tank. I'll never forget that. Took the lid off, I thought, what's this in here? And a flipping cat had a dump in it. Funny how you remember these weird certain things. Hello, Sanger, how are we doing? We actually got sun here, Sanger, for a change. Vicus Doobie, we've got diesel and electric, both. Yes, I'm fine, Sanger. Don't forget, everybody, subscribe to Sanger. Senga Gracie, she's just come in the chat. We're trying to get it. Well, I think she's at 50 now. I'm not right sure. But we're trying to get a channel up, then she can do some live streaming. So, you know, there's a woman walks past here every day, every afternoon. She's just like a model, she is. I'll pin that message, Senga, then it's there. Yeah, it's, if you haven't, if you've not subscribed to Senga Gracie, click on her channel, have a good look, because she does some great art and stuff. And also, somebody else who's in chat, I don't know where she is at the moment, but Heather as well, Heather White, she's in the chat somewhere, or was in the chat. Subscribe to her channel as well, because she's close to 1,000, and she does some great music, piano and guitar. You know what I mean? Piano and guitar, can't beat it. I was playing mine last night, and well, there you go, say no more. Getting there, slowly. Very slowly. More at it somewhere over a rainbow. Okay, Stuart, catch you in a bit. Yeah, it will do, Senga. Mine does it. Mine does it all the time. You gain a few during the day, and then you seem to lose a few overnight, then you gain a few and lose a few, gain a few, and it swings and roundabouts, unfortunately. See you later, Stuart. Yeah, swings and roundabouts. Hello, Dazzler John Watchman from Sydney. How are we doing? Hello, Harish Kumar. How are we doing? What's next on the diagram? There's something coming. In fact, there's two coming, but I don't know what they are. Hello, Chiruk. How are we doing? Yes, I'm in the United Kingdom, England. My mother-in-law is going to Australia for 3 months. Excellent. I'd love to go to Australia. I don't know if I'd love to go to Australia or I'd prefer New Zealand. I'm not so sure. It'd be nice. I was looking into in New Zealand actually, but situations changed, shall we say. Yeah, I was going to visit somebody in New Zealand, but I'm waiting to see the Flying Scotsman one day soon. Yeah, well, when it's about in this area, I will bring it to you. My niece lives in New Zealand. Yeah, looks like a nice place, New Zealand. The only thing I dislike about New Zealand is the tremors and things they have. You know what I mean? Especially they had a bad one, didn't they, about 2009, 2010, and it pretty much demolished all of Christchurch. That couldn't have been good. She walks past again, the model. She must live around here. One message done. Got you on in the car while I go post office and bank. God, I feel like I go banks and post office. Oh, I know, I hate it. I mean, it's so rare I have to go to the bank. But see, my bank. There's no branches around. The nearest branch for me is Manchester. I'm with Virgin. I think the nearest one now is in Manchester. We used to have one in Blackburn, but fortunately, I go to the post office and do it everything. If I need to put cash in, I go to the Spar shop. I go to the good, what I call the good Spar shop, and I can do it there and post stuff. You know, but yeah. I was thinking about you earlier on Senga, actually. I was thinking about the cards, you know, that for Senga. Well, not on home. Got to shower now. Got some messages to do. Yes, get to know you all right, yeah. Yeah, the day soon goes, just for sure. I was up early this morning. Well, say early, it weren't early, but it was earlier than normal because the gym guy moved my gym appointment back an hour. What should I say? Forward an hour, or is it back an hour? Should have been 11 till 12 and it got moved. It should have been. What should it have been? 11 till 12 and he moved it to back to 10 to 11. So I have to jiggle things about a little bit. But I was going to say something then and I've totally forgot what I was saying. Can't remember what I was going to say. It's gone. Can anybody remember what I started saying in chat? I can't remember what I was going to say. That's a sign of old age, that, when you forget what you were saying. Yeah, I would go, oh, that's it. You've reminded me, Senga. I was thinking of you, Senga. That's what I was just about to start saying. I was thinking of you. Do you remember with the card thing? And did you mention something to do with money or something? Can you remember that much when we were on about the card thing? Can you remember that? The cards. There's something to do with money and stuff. Whether there's something in there or not, or where I'm imagining it. Can't remember. Yeah, because I got a tax rebate this morning. And I thought, I wonder if that's Senga. Yeah, daughter sent me a text message. She says, oh, there's a letter come for you. And I said, well, open it. I said, I've no secrets. I said, just open it up. And it was from tax, HMRC or whatever they call them. You are paid too much tax. Please go to this website, enter this code to claim your refund. £4,000. I thought, I'll have that. Just short of £4,000. I thought that's yeah. When I first saw the photograph, because she said she took a photo of the letter, and then I could see the code and everything, and I saw Eddie, and I thought, oh my God, do I owe him some money? And then she says, you jammy bar steward. I thought, what's she on about? Says, go to the website and enter this code to claim your rebate. I thought, yeah, I'll do that when I get home, don't you worry. I'll have that. I think that's the first ever tax rebate I've ever had in my life. I don't recall ever getting one before. Certainly don't remember it. If I ever had one, it's not been an amount worth remembering. Yeah. Yeah, and as soon as I saw that, I thought of you saying, I'm sure Senga mentioned there was some money coming my way from somewhere. I think it could be from tax man though. That would have been the rider card, right? Shame there weren't a card that's and the fish, right? Shame there weren't a card that said this. There's a beautiful girl that walks past every afternoon on this lane. You have a good fortune. Yeah. She walks past twice every day, and she's going to approach you one day. Yeah. Right. I don't know who she walks past every single day. She does when I'm here. This woman. You have good fortune. Oh, I hope so, Sanger. I hope so. Wave to her. I do smile. I do smile. She's absolute. To be fair, she's way out of my league, to be honest. Way out of my league. Smile. Oh, I always smile. I smile at everybody I see, me. More or less. But, smile goes a long way, yeah. You're right there. It costs nothing to smile. Not many people in here today, it's very quiet. Maybe it's because I've gone a bit early. I always try and time it right. It's like yesterday when I cracked off, it was later, and there were a couple of hundred in at one point. Time of day is very important. Maybe I've gone a bit too early. I know Fridays are quiet, but I know the reason behind that. At least I think I know the reason behind that. I've noticed this, Fridays are always quiet. Hello, Lady Sizu, another bolita. Don't know what a bolita is. But how are we doing anyway? Yeah, it's rained all morning here, Sanger. All morning it's rained, but the weather forecast said rain all morning, then brighter weather from 1 o'clock onwards. And I can see blue sky here. Another bullshit American broadcast. That's excellent. Well, that shows how much you know, Lady Sizu, because this is not in America. So you really are a fool, aren't you? Let's have a look at your channel, yeah, I just looked at Lady Suzu's channel, and you can only need to look by the content and how many subscribers she's got. What a foolish idiot she is. Presuming it is a she, I don't know. Always coming with their silly remarks, and yet, what do they do? Nothing. Yeah, trolls. I had a feeling she was going to be a bad one. Yeah. I've got to shut her channel down and report her. And she'll lose all her 4 subscribers. Muppet. I can't believe how many of these doggy daycare people come. Post office done, now a 3-day camel ride to the bank. Oh God. Oh, I hate it that when you... I hate it. I used to be with a cooperative bank, and every time I wanted to go in, I used to have to always go to Bolton. It drove me mad. I was watching a guy filming, like you, when a tornado hits, and about, oh, well, fire. I hope there's going to be no tornadoes here today. Do we have that? How that person decided this on American stream, I do not know. It shows how illiterate she was. You can put everything in the bank from the post office, bar at my bank, because I'm nationwide. And, all right, got you. Yeah. He's like, why is that not moving? Oh dear. You know, when I joined Virgin Bank, they used to have a bank just in Blackburn, just a few miles from me, so it was alright, and then they closed it. But now, fortunately, when you get a cheque, you can take a photograph of it and put it in just purely by using a photograph, which is handy. I've got more money to come in, have I? Oh, excellent, Senga. That's what we like to hear. That's what I like to hear. There's no card that says a blonde woman holding an umbrella with a purple coat over her arm, is there? Yeah, a wee couple of zeros, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the thing with Virgin Bank, if you ever get, I mean, it's not often you get a cheque nowadays, is it? The last cheque I got was last year, and I've still got it because I laughed at it. I got 2 I did off Scottish Power. One was for about 300 and something when I moved out, and then they sent me another one for something like 21 pence. What's that about? 2 checks, so I banked the, I took a photo of the 300 and whatever it were. And it was a rebate from the electric that I'd overpaid. And they sent me one for I overpaid for my gas, and that were about 21 pence. And I've still got that. I just thought I can't, won't even worth me taking a photograph of it and messing about for 21p. Yeah, unbelievable. Oh my god, that's really bad. When I used to drive wagon, hello Jose Santana, how are we doing? When I used to drive wagon, every now and then you get a customer who'd not paid a bill or something. And there was one guy in Chorley where he was called Jim Lawrence, he was called, he made farming equipment. And he come out to me, he says, "Yeah, will you get that 5p to your office?" I said, "What? And he gave me a 5p coin." I said, "Are you serious?" He says, "Yeah, they just sent me a nasty letter threatening me with court and everything because I hadn't cleared me, hadn't paid my account on time. I owed them 5 pence." And I said, "That's just an automatic generated thing, is that?" I said, "There's no way they'd send you, harass you for 5p. I said, "That's just, the computer system has just generated that and sent it out." You know what I mean? Quite funny though. So when I got back later on in the week, because obviously I were out for days sometimes, and I went to the office, this 5 pence, and put it on the desk. I said, "Oh, that's off Jim Lawrence." So he doesn't want to get took to court for 5 pence. Oh yeah. So I've got something else to come over saying, "Oh, I'm getting excited now." Actually getting a cheque for 1p. I mean, God, the paper must be worth the time and effort it's took to doing that cheque. Must have cost more than 1 pence. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The world's gone mad. It really has. I paid my mum's TV license yesterday, and I really begrudge paying it, but the problem is she frets about it, you know what I mean? And I said, you could just tell me I've got a TV. Yeah, they'll come banging on the door and stuff, and you know, so just ignore the door. Don't let anybody in, you know. But she won't have it. Somebody told me the TV license were going to be free for over 80-year-olds, but I've looked into it and I can't find anywhere that says that. It says it's free to 80-year-olds if you're getting something called pension credit or something, but other than that, no. But it's £174.50. That's just ridiculous for funding BBC, which is just, well, just ridiculous. Yeah, free for me as well, Heather. Correct. If my mum were younger and more agile, I'd said to her, you know, just don't pay it, but because she's like, she won't, she won't do it because she doesn't want people knocking on the door and harassing her and sending her letters and stuff. So I had to pay it. I didn't want to, believe me, you know. But again, I'm saying I don't pay it, and I know they'll never come knocking on my door because I don't even know my address. So if they can find my address, they're doing well. Because I don't even know it. All mail correspondence and everything that I have goes to my mum's house. Everything I possess that needs to be registered is all registered to my mum's house, you know. So, you know, my car details and car insurance and address on banks and stuff, it's all down on my mum's address. Yeah. No, you just have that big log fire ready. Hello, Bijou. How are we doing? I mean, to be honest, to be fair, I think looking at it from a legal angle, you know, looking at it from the legal angle, I can't tell what you said there, Bijou. Uh, I probably actually don't, in the eyes of the law, don't need a TV license because I don't watch normal telly. You know what I mean? I don't watch normal telly. I watch ITVX every now and then because I like some of the crime things that are on there. I watch that, and that's about it. I don't watch BBC at all. I don't watch iPlayer or any of that lot. Most of the stuff I watch is on YouTube, and there's films on YouTube, so you can watch films. You know, there's films, plenty of films on YouTube, full films. So there's always something to watch. ITV Player and also Amazon as well because you pay for Amazon Prime, so you get their Amazon movies, so you get that as well. I used to have Netflix, but I cancelled it because I just weren't watching it. You know what I mean? You just weren't getting used. So it's pointless paying out tenner a month or whatever it is, 12 quid a month for something I'm not using, but I pay for YouTube Premium because that's worthwhile. You know, it's £12, is it £13 a month, but it's worth every penny. Yeah, it's nonsense, Heather. If you're not watching it, you should have to pay for it. You know. Hello, Johan Kamek. I can't tell what you're saying, unfortunately. Yeah, it's wrong, Heather. If you're not watching it, you shouldn't have to pay it. I mean, I don't think I should have. I don't think I'm liable, even in the eyes of the law. I don't think I need a TV license because I never ever watch BBC. I don't watch no news. The only time I look at news is on the internet. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I probably watch Jeff more than I watch normal telly. He's a star, is Jeff. Every home should have a Jeff. They take a year and a half up front. Yeah. That's it. I mean, if my mum were young, you know, back into her when she was in her 50s, she'd probably think that way. Because I've told her, I've said it's nonsense that you're paying this every year. She won't have it. Hello, Brantley Hudson. How are we doing? Yeah, I just think it's a con TV license. It's one of the things. It's like Sky Television. It's an absolute rip-off, is that, Sky Television? You know, paying all that money out. It's an absolute rip-off. Yeah, be right back. Sounds like she's going at bank. It's just so expensive. No, no, she's not entitled to it. You've got to have, you've got to be in receipt of pension credits before you can have a free one. And she doesn't get pension credits because she has two good private pensions. Plus she gets state pension and she has two private pensions. So she can't even claim it. She can't claim nothing, my mum. Can't claim a penny from anywhere. She's 89. It's a joke, isn't it? But she can't get a note. Not entitled to it. If she were blind, I think you get a free one. If you're blind, or it's half price if you're blind, which is not. Who the hell wants a TV if you're blind? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Just listen to radio, wouldn't you? Yeah, she does it, unfortunately. Not allowed. I've looked into it, Senga. I researched it only yesterday. I did before I paid it. I thought before I pay this, I'll just have a look and see if there's a way around it. And unfortunately, she doesn't qualify. She has to be. She has to be in receipt of disability benefits, or yeah. Well, that's it. Scotland will be different. I think in Scotland, I mean, you get all sorts of freebies in Scotland. You don't. I don't think you pay for your prescriptions, do you, in Scotland? Whereas in this country, it's £9 something per item. So if you've got 2 lots of tablets a month, you're paying out £18 a month. It's ridiculous. I mean, or you can buy an annual certificate, which it works out at half price. It does. You know. But you get nothing for free in this country, unless you're claiming benefits, and then you seem to get everything thrown at you. Pensioners get it free in Scotland, yeah. Doesn't surprise me, Senga. You've definitely got a better system up there. Yeah, free prescriptions. I mean, that's a big one, is that? So I pay. How much do I pay a year? I buy the certificates every year. It's about 112 quid a year, and that saves me about 100 quid. If I were to do it without a certificate, it would cost me 240 a year. But I do it with a certificate, so it costs me 112. So it's just a little bit over half price. Because it's £9.50 now per item. If you have, I mean, these people who have lots of tablets, it must cost them a fortune. Unless if you're on benefits, then you don't pay anything. But this is the problem, and I don't know. It makes my blood boil sometimes. If you've worked all your life, you seem to be punished for it in this country. You seem to be punished. There's nothing for you. If you've worked all your life, you get nothing. Yeah, well, there's none of that here, Senga. Everything we want, you have to pay for. It really makes my blood boil. It does. It's almost like they've made it a crime to work. You know what I mean? I've worked every day since I left school. Never claimed a thing. Never claimed a benefit, a dole check or anything. Nothing ever. I've always been employed, and I can't get no pay for free. Nothing. Can't get nothing. Whereas, if I'd been claiming unemployment benefit all my life, I'd be getting everything thrown at me. I can understand it nowadays why young folk now don't want to work, you know what I mean? Because they think, what's the point? What's the point? It's true. There's no incentive to work. The only good thing to come out of me working is I've got a good pension, so you know I'm okay that way. Yeah, it's the way of the world, I'm afraid. Way of the world. Same with my mum, she's never claimed anything. Worked all her life, never claimed a penny for anything. And the sun's coming out, amazingly enough. Hello, Uncle Ray. 1p over the threshold, that's ridiculous. Hello, Claude, Emma Shells, Cortantia, how we doing? Hello, Aero GTO. Hello, Train Master 499. Yeah, 1p over the threshold, that's ridiculous, is that? Like I say, you seem to be punished now for working in today's world. You really do. Like a crime, I don't know. Drives me nutty. It really does. I know quite a few people who are driving around in new cars and they're in pub and they live in a really, I won't say lavish, but certainly a really good lifestyle. And they barely worked all their life. I'm just thinking, crikey, how do they do it? Aero GTO, choo choo, choo choo, poo poo, choo choo, choo choo. Hello, Aero GTO. Goodbye, Aero GTO. You need to go. Hello, Christo, how are we doing? Hello, Trainmaster 499 again. The next train due through here is... it's going to be a northern. Look at timetable. I haven't looked at timetable today actually. Next freight is in about 20 minutes. There's a few after that. What are you saying? Hi to Crystal. Sorry about that. You see a train here? Excellent, I can't see one. Where are you looking? Where's the train you can see? Lovely daycare vans are back. They're all blocked, sir. How are we doing? Excellent. Glad to hear it. Yeah, we got the gist of what he meant. Yeah, it's just the wind, I'm afraid. Every now and then the wind blows it. It's annoying, but there we go. It's white rollover. It's white rollover. What's that mean, Trainmaster? Correct, we have electric trains and diesel trains. Hello Becky, how are we doing? No, we have class 195s that do the Windermere and Barrowing furnace to Manchester Airport. There's been a few passed in the past hour or so. There'll be a few more. There'll be at least another 2 in the next 20 minutes or so. We have 195s, they're diesel multiple units. They go between Manchester Airport and Windermere, and Manchester Airport and Barrowing furnace. Hello James 821, how are we doing? Chicken head. Oh, pickle me, grandmother. Here we are again. People of the Raff and Taste. Can see a coal train with 50 plus carriages today. Ah. Are you on a tower? No. Definitely not on a tower. I think he's on a bridge. No, in bed. Chicken head. How many guys does it take to fix a smoke alarm? Have you got it fixed, Sanger? At last. If you get it fixed, I'm going to miss that beat. Those power line run on more than 2,000 volts. It's 25,000 volts. Volts AC over the electric it is. No, was a class 390 that went past first, and the one that's just gone past was a class 397. Yeah. It was an Avanti. The first one was an Avanti West Coast class 390. It was on 225 kV AC. The second one was a 397 Transpennine. Now they also runs on they all run on 25. Everything you see on UK overhead electric is 25 kilovolts AC. So you're still beeping, Sanger? God. That's a lot of volts, yeah, it is. yet you could hang off the wire and not feel a thing. Still beeping. That's why you see birds sat up wire, you know what I mean? Hello there, Yorkshire Railway Adventures. How's it going? That's your hearing aid needs recharging. Whose hearing aid needs recharging? Just have a look at my battery and see what my battery's doing. I unclip that. Just had to. I'll get rid of the camera shake now, will that? Won't be as much anyway. Watching from a wet Pembrokeshire. Oh dear. Foxy, hey man, got good news. I'm feeling so much better and I'm out moving again. Excellent, Foxy. Yo, I'll be real. I have to go to school, but if you'll have one. Okay, catch you later, train master. Just took my battery pack off to try and reduce the camera shaking, but it hasn't reduced it that much, but it has. Took a bit of it out. My batteries are full now on the camera. So windy here. Not mega windy, but just breezy. Is there some abandoned rail? Yeah, there is the odd length chucked in the middle there, yeah. I think they're actually new pieces and they leave them there. They're all up, there's loads of them all the way down the track, and I think they deliberately leave them there when they need to replace a bit of track. They've got a piece of rail handy. At least I think that's why, I don't know for sure. But there seems to be spare rail all the way down the track. Here comes another Trans-Pennine Class 397. do they leave old power line? No. I would imagine that gets scrapped because they'd be worth a fortune, all that power line worth an absolute fortune. Fiat drowning. Fiat for a drowning. Wait, do you know what Roblox is? Yeah, it's a game, isn't it? Or a gaming platform. What's on the other side? The same as what's on this side, basically, but the other direction. The wind's really getting up now. Bloody hell. Where do the trains go? Well, the ones that go away from the camera go to London, and the ones that come towards the camera go to Scotland. To simplify it a bit. Every train that goes downwards away from the camera is either going, if it's a Pendolino, it's going to London. If it's a Northern, it's either going to Manchester Airport or Liverpool. And it's the same coming up the other way, but Transpennine and Pendolinos all go to Scotland. And the Northerns that come towards the camera are either going to the Lake District or going to Blackpool. We have got a freight train due. In fact, it's going to be here in a matter of a couple of minutes. I don't know what it is. I'll check the head code. 4S44. It is the head code. It is. It's another Class 66, I'm afraid. Class 66 approaching. I would imagine so, yeah. Yep, it's live. I told Shrivast it's live. Yeah, it's 4S44, and I can tell you for free it is a 66 there. It's a GBRF 66. I've checked, unfortunately. But you're right, yeah, usually it's 88s. It's running late as well, that's probably why. Should have been here at 2 minutes past. Do you have mini trains? Well, no, we only have what you've seen. We don't have any single car units, if that's what you're asking. We do have single car units, but they tend to only operate around places like Wales and branch lines in Yorkshire maybe, but I know there is some 153s in Wales. They use a lot of them in Wales, class 153 single car units. I don't know anywhere else that use them, but there probably is other places as well. This message is held for review. I don't know what the hell that says, so. Other day I seen West 44 shows a diesel oil and it was double header 90, right? Well, according to I'll just tap on the egg cone, I'll tell you what it is. It's 66430. It's a GBR. Alright, model railways, I mean, sorry about that. I thought you were on about, do we have single car units? Right. Yeah, I do have some model railway at home. Quite a bit, actually. I used to have a lot, but when I moved recently, and I uh, I had to destroy a lot of it because it were all built on a board, and all the landscaping and track and everything. The track and the points and everything I had to throw away because it were all attached to a board. It was just impossible to what is it, keep, unfortunately. I would have liked to, but I couldn't. They're all engaged. It was a massive layout though. But I still have the rolling stock, the engines, some of the engines and the carriages and all the little vehicles that were on it, because I used to have all the cars and stuff on the roads and wagons and things and buses and stuff. Well, I've still got all them. I've got a... I can't remember what engines I've got now. I've got a couple of 66s. I can't remember. A 70. I've got some DMUs. But I've got a few bits, all engaged. And here comes the 66. There goes your class 66. And that's going to Coatbridge in Scotland. Yeah, what I do is I go on rail cams, then look on the diagram. You can get the diagrams up for the areas, and as the train's approaching it, when the train comes on the diagram, it shows you the head code. If you tap on the head code, it tells you what it is. Like I can, right now I'm looking at the diagram for this area. This diagram for this area goes all the way from just outside of Wigan to Preston Station, and I can see now there's a train just going through Exton Balshaw Lane coming towards us, and the head code is 1N88. So if I tap on 1888, it'll tell me it's a Northern 331 or a 323. Hello, Jose David Rogers Ruida. How we doing? And that's how it and that's basically how it is. It's I just use an iPad and I go to the Railcam website, click on diagrams, and that's where it is. But in order to get that information, you have to subscribe to Railcams, which is £40 a year. For free, you can't see the diagrams. You can go on their website because you can even see cameras. Like I can get Crewe Station cameras up now and see what's in Crewe Station. You know what I mean? Hello, West Train Mine. How we doing? You know, it's a good website, Railcams. I think it's the best one, because if you're curious to know what, if say something's I don't know who it were earlier, but that train that just passed, that's a diesel. 219. No problem, West Train's mine. How are we doing? West Train mine. Big shout out to West Train mine. Give everybody a shout out on here if they want one. Yeah, I think it's the best website going is Railcam, but to get the full information you do have to pay a yearly fee of £40. But it's very handy. Say there's a heritage train coming up and you don't know what it is, or if it's interesting or if it isn't, so you can click on, say, Crewe station when it's in Crewe, and you can actually see it live on the camera. Yeah, it was free. I remember when it was free. And then they put it up to £15, I think. Then it went to 25, and now it's 40. Yeah. Thank you, West Train Mine. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done. Double tap your screen and subscribe if you're not. It's what makes it all worthwhile. Hello, visits KB Machinsky. How are we doing from Glasgow? That's 2 people in the chat from Glasgow. Got 2 Glaswegians in. Or shall I say 2 people from Glasgow? This is Col. I will subscribe. Thank you very much, the Robloxer. No, I mean, to be fair to them, I mean, for what they do, it's not bad value for money, I don't think, because I mean, it must cost them a bit to put all cameras up, and then somebody somewhere is, even though I know all they're doing is taking data off real-time trains and stuff, but somebody's applying that to the website, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's that bad. Obviously it'd be better if it were free, but you know. Excellent, thank you very much, West Train Mine. That's what we like, a fan. We like lots of fans, it makes it worthwhile. But I'm going to move location in the next few days, because I think I've worn this one out a bit. You know what I mean? I almost know what's coming without even looking at timetable now, you know, because I've done that many streams at this location, so I'm going to go south a bit, you know, and try and liven it up a bit, mix it up a bit, you know, get the other side of Crewe, and then somewhere past Crewe, and then you get the sort of the Yorkshire and the Liverpool traffic in then, and also London traffic going up to Crewe. You know, I have been to one before. I did a stream about a month ago, south of Crewe, and there's a lot more trains. Yeah, I'm not so far off 5k now. I'm getting there, West Train Mine. Slowly but surely. Do you like new electrical trains or older mechanical? I like them all. I mean, I don't really have favourites nowadays, because to be fair, they all look very similar. Back in the 80s, and that was a different ball game, when everything had a loco on it. You know, everything was loco hauled, all the big trains, and it was different. It was a lot better. No, I'm Now I'm on the West Coast main line near Preston. The West Coast main line near Preston. I'm nowhere near York. I keep looking to go over onto East Coast, but finding a good location that's within a reasonable driving distance. You've got to understand, for me to get to East Coast, you're talking 2.5 to 3 hours drive, you know what I mean? So you've really got to find a good spot. I mean, if you want some good call at mini train, use P-Cords, great. Alright. Yeah, I was looking, but somebody suggested a place at Peterborough. Well, Peterborough's just way too far from me. You know, it's not straight across the East Coast, it's like on a diagonal, is that? Down the country from me, so it's a hell of a drive. Yep, West Train Mine, that was a Class 390, correct. And Avanti West Coast Pendolino. Yeah, so Peterborough's just too far. Talking best part of 4 hours for me to get to Peterborough, 3.5, 4 hours. It's a long way to go, and especially if you get there and the location's not that good. You know what I mean? I've been looking around Thirsk way, me. Up that side, around Thirsk. I can get to Thirsk in 2.5 hours, maybe even quicker. 2 hours, 2.25 hours. I'm looking at Thirsk station because it looks, you know, somewhere where you can get the right view, you see. But I won't be travelling anywhere this week because the car's going in garage. I'm hoping it's going in tomorrow. I'm hoping. It does cost like 100 to 1,000. What does? What costs you for that? And about fuel prices. Yeah, for me to go to Thirsk, you're talking like probably cost me about round trip about I don't know, probably half a tank of fuel, just under half a tank of fuel for me to go to Thirsk and back. I don't know. Like I just put 60 quid in today, I did, and I'm just at half a tank. The mini train, right? I don't really know what you're talking about, to be honest. And here comes a very slow 331. West Train Mine, yes, Class 331, and that's going to Blackpool. Always goes slow, that one, at this time of day. It's usually about 26 minutes past, and for some reason it's always slow, so I can only presume that there's something in front of it somewhere. It's a weird one. It always comes through slowly. Roblox, so I can't tell what you're saying. You're saying words that don't make sense. This message was held for review. Yeah, you see, he's saying he's just putting words in that don't make sense, Roblox. So I think you're going to have a little break. little break. I don't know, but if there is 311, is there 312? What are you on about 311 or 312? I don't know what you mean. I don't know. West Train Line, I can't tell you that. There's nothing at... Oh, there is something approaching. It looks like a diesel, a 195. No, that was a class 195, that one, West Train Mine, a class 195, that. Looks like a 331, but it was a 195. Basically, the 195 is a 331, but it has diesel engines instead of electric motors. I'm afraid. That's a 331. I just got into trains. Excellent. I've been into them for 50 years. Hello. Here's Helena. How are we doing? Here's Helena. How's it going? How are we doing, Tessa Helena? Hope everything's hunky-dory. If you step on the electronic train, no. No, definitely not. There is no electric in the rails here. They're just normal rails. The only electric is on the overhead wire. You go further down the road to Southport and Merseyrail, and then yes, you will get an electric shock because they're on what they call third rail DC electric. And there you will definitely get a shock. And here comes a 323. If you're electrocuted, that's one thing for sure, there's no coming back. Yeah, they are probably fenced off. Like I said, there's no third rail electric here, but in Liverpool and Southport there is. Hello, Irish plane spotting. How are we doing? I don't know, Irish plane spotting. There's one due, I can see it on the diagram. How old are these trains? The 331s aren't that old. About 10 years. And the Pendolinos, well, they've been about since the 1990s, so they're 30 odd years old, the Pendolinos. Richard Bronson was behind all that lot. Trains Forever. I'm back. How are we doing, Trains Forever? Sorry about the camera shake, it's just a bit windy here. I don't really have favourites, me. Not with today's modern trains. If I had to pick a modern train, it'll probably be the 395 that runs down to the southeast, the one, the ultra fast one. Only purely because it goes up to 150 mile an hour, you know what I mean? But other than that, I prefer trains of the 80s, I mean. 80s and early 90s. Before 60 years, this was just a field. What was just a field? No, this wasn't a field. This track's been here since Victorian days. This field to the right here of the camera was a massive sidings 60 years ago, full of steam trains. Huge sidings, one of the biggest depots in the country were around here. All this whole area where I'm sat was all a railway depot 60 years ago. This track that you're looking at has been here since a lot longer than 60 years ago. Since probably the late 1800s maybe, I don't know. $60 years ago, it's not that long ago. We're talking in 60 years ago, you're talking in 60s, well. Crikey, diesels were just coming out in late 60s. Don't forget to subscribe and double tap the screen if you haven't already done it. It's worthwhile. And we have a freight train approaching. Oh yeah, 100 years, probably more than 100 years, I would imagine. Just trying to find out what this freight train is. When is the next train? Soon. There's a freight train coming down the track, which looks like it's about 5 minutes away. It's about 3 miles away, and I can't tell you it is. It's going to be another Class 66, I'm afraid. I know that it doesn't tell what the allocation is, it doesn't say the number, but it's DB cargo, so it's definitely going to be a Class 66. It's going to be a red one. A red shed. It's on its way down the down fast line, which is the third line away from the camera. But there is a northern on its way as well, so the northern may get here first, I don't know. Like I said, the red shed's about 3 miles away at the moment. But it's on its way. Hello, Dingas1234. Hello, Rail Thunder SR. How are we doing? The weather has turned out, gone quite nice here at the moment. It's sunny. I'm good, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Hello, Ratol Mondal. How are we doing? Rail Thunder, Southern Region. I think here is the next train. No, there's no train yet. I can tell you that for free. The next train is about 2.5 miles away. It's just approaching Balshaw Lane, Exton Balshaw Lane station, which is a good 2.5 miles away from here, and it is DB Cargo Class 66 on a multimodal, I think. Going up Scotland. If you see spamming carts, that's me. Alright, I don't mind. I can see him now. You have a sensor system. I have a sensor system. What does that mean? Hello, Sanger. You're back. Have you been cooking? How was your stay the other day? I've got rid of the beeps. This is the dollar question. Has the beeps gone? Have you seen the Flying Scotsman? Yes, lots of times. I haven't seen it recently. It's about a year ago I saw it. It was on the line from Leeds to Keighley. No, Leeds to Carlisle. It went through Skips and Keighley. That was the last time I saw it, Flying Scotsman, but I've seen it loads of times. Hello, FBA Barbie. Fascinating. What's fascinating, FBA Barbie? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, your channel's fascinating. There's nothing there. And you know what that means? You're not there. Goodbye. Hello, Mr. 320 Scott Railman. How are we doing? Are you in Scotland by any chance? I don't think there's a limit, Sanger. I think you can do as many as you want. Yeah, I think I've already told you, Rail Thunder, when the next train's coming. You asked me a few minutes ago and I did tell you. It's hello, Sheila Donnelly. Hymns and psalms and uplifting videos. I'll be subscribing to your channel shortly. Greetings from Ireland. I love trains. Excellent. Thank you very much, Sheila. We have somebody in the chat from Ireland, or we did have anyway. I don't know if she's still about. I'm a YouTuber. Excellent. Welcome, Sheila. If you like trains, you've come to the right place, that's for sure. You're Irish as well? Yep, we've got Irish plane spotting. That's 3 Irish people in the chat. Heather's about somewhere in the chat, or she was anyway. She's about. And we've got Scottish. We've got at least 2 people from Scotland in the chat. There was a guy coming about 10 minutes ago. We were in Glasgow. can't remember his name. Something McNish or something he was called. He was from Glasgow. I have a few train videos on my channel. Excellent, I'll have a look at them. I also make videos about Stores Memo and the Stores meme and the train. Excellent. Stores meme. What that means? So this is all modern stuff. Is this? I don't understand what these memes are all about, you know what I mean? I'm a bit out of date with that stuff. I heard a gunshot then, that's not good, is it? And again. Only if you heard them. And again. Rail Thunder SR, by the way, I make train videos too in the US. And it's nice to see trains. So, oh, you're in the US, are you? Right, excellent. Meme is a trend. Right, got you. Yeah, everybody subscribe to Senga. Everybody subscribe to each other. But Senga does some really good art. If you're into art, that is the channel to look at. She does art. Her drawings are unbelievable. I've seen them with my own eyes. Everybody subscribe to each other. It's what makes it worthwhile. Northern Lights as well, yeah. Northern Lights over Loch Lomond. I know Loch Lomond very well. Greetings from Scotland, yep. That's the channel to subscribe to. You like your art? And pictures that she does are pretty amazing. Ooh, this freight train's been moved onto the slow line. So it's going to be on the line nearest to the camera, but it's going to be a while off yet because there's another train in front of it. A northern train's nipped in front of it, but it will be coming. No, it's not passed yet. It's going to be coming on the line nearest to the camera. For some reason they've moved it to the slow line, which I can only presume is to allow a Pendolino to come through. So I can see 1, 2, 3, there's 4 trains on the diagram. Hello James McGinn, you must be in Scotland as well. It's a Scottish invasion. Got Scotland, Ireland, America, India. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. 100 piece. Yeah, the freight train is just behind a northern, so we're going to get a northern train on the track nearest to the camera first, and then behind that we're going to get the freight train on the same track. And before them two, we're going to have a Pendolino going past us this way. Oh no, it's not. And the next train to come will be on the 3rd track away from the camera, and it will be head code IS69, which is it's a Pendolino. And then after that it's going to be a northern on the track nearest to us, and then behind that it's going to be the freight train on the same track again. They've diverted the freight train onto the slow line to allow this Pendolino that's approaching to come through the the down fast line, if you know what I mean. That was a class 397, that one that just went through. We've got a Pendolino class 390 coming now. What's this window go? Just keeps shaking the camera. Well, it's not the camera it's shaking, the actual fence it's attached to is vibrating. Is it going to cause? Is it coming back? I can't tell what you're saying half the time, Roblox, so you need to just type things so I can understand what you're saying. Here we've got a 323 coming. The next one on that track will be the freight train, but there is also something else coming on the down, hang on, sorry, down fast as well, but I don't know what it is. The freight train on the IS-21, what the hell's that? Oh, we've got a Trans-Pennine Express coming on the down fast, which is the third track from the camera. That's going to approach, and we're going to have a freight train on the down slow, which is the track nearest to the camera. So keep your eyes peeled. Here comes the Trans-Pennine, I can see it in the distance. I can see the headlights. And there's a freight train on the down slow as well, which is going to be a red class 66. I'll put money on it. All I know is it's definitely a DB cargo. And I think that's all they run is red sheds. That was a class 397 going to Glasgow Central. The next one is the freight train. And it's on the nearest track to the camera, but it's going to be going slowly because that 323 that went past is going to hold it up a bit. So it's going to be constantly battling yellow and red lights until it gets to Preston, and then it'll slip through at Preston. I can see the headlights off it. It's coming very slowly. Just behind the bush in the top right of the picture. Start to see it shortly. And it is a red class 66. Is it a double header? No, I think it's just a single red class 66. I think. It's coming slowly because of the 323 that's just been through on the same track. slow view of this one. Very slow view. And that train, I can tell you, is going to a place called, if anybody's interested, it's going to Motherwell. It's actually going to Moss End Euro Terminal at Motherwell. There we go. Bit of useless information for you if you like that kind of thing. James has gone, he's 5 minutes away from me. Oh right, he might pop back in, you never know. Yes, I can hear a police siren as well. Don't forget everybody, subscribe and double tap the screen to like and subscribe to each other. It's what makes the world go round. Sharing is caring. Unless it's a bag of Maltesers. We don't share Maltesers. Hello Calvin and Zara, how are we doing? Welcome Calvin and Zara. If you're new here, double tap the screen. Let's have a thumbs up off you. Cheeky bugger, aren't I? And subscribe if you want. And subscribe to everybody else. There's a link I've put in bottom at chart. Singer Gracie, and she does great art, pictures and drawings. So have a look at her channel and subscribe to that one as well. Just subscribe to everybody. It's all good. You're still not getting any Maltesers though. Make me laugh, them bags of Maltesers, it says share bag, I think, aye, alright, not a chance. Hello Kane and Jones, how are we doing? checking my battery level, that's all. Make sure we still have a bit of power. How's it going, Kiernan? The chat froze, or is it me?